Hello guys, Nubs26 here. As you can tell by the video, as well as the title of this video, we're going to talk about the newest sensation in gaming, that is Apex Legends. And I'm sure by now you've all heard of Apex Legends, whether you've played it or you've heard your friends talking about it, or you've seen it being streamed on Twitch, or you've seen YouTube videos of it. The odds are you've likely heard about it by this point. Now, me personally, I put in about 270 plus hours in on this game on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I put in like 250 hours on Xbox. I've recently just switched to PlayStation, started playing it more on there, so I don't have as many hours in. But I do have 270 plus hours on between both consoles. So with my experience, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give some tips to newer, as well as the people that don't play the game as much, that may play it every now and then, and and give them some tips and try and help them out, get better at the game. And if you've been playing this for a little bit, you can watch this. Maybe you'll learn something new that you didn't know. But we're just gonna get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the tutorial. When you download the game off the network of PlayStation, on the store on the PlayStation network, it'll download. It's a pretty big download. I think it took me like 3-4 hours to download it. But the first thing you'll do is right before it installs, they'll let you play a little bit of it, but without the HD graphics and stuff installed. At least that's what it did for me. But one thing you can play right away is the tutorial, and I recommend playing the tutorial. The reason being because it's one of the first things you can play while the game is installing, and it's short. It's not going to take you. It's going to take you maybe 10 minutes to do the tutorial, if that. So when you go to the tutorial and play it, the first thing you see when the game opens is one of the legends in the game, Bloodhound. Now, Bloodhound is one of the first playable legends you have. You don't have to unlock him. You don't have to pay no money or none of your points to unlock him. He's already there. You can already play as him. So, it kind of, he lets you, he teaches you how to do everything, like run, jump, slide, move, sprint, pick up a weapon, switch weapons, shoot, throw a grenade, pick up a grenade, heal yourself. He does all that stuff. He teaches you how to do all that. And once you finish that part, then you go up, you talk to Pathfinder, and he tells you, how to heal a teammate, how to revive them, how to respawn them, how to, how to do your tactical abilities, how to do your ultimate abilities. They teach you all the basic stuff that you need to learn, and that's pretty much I'm a regurgitate here, but with a little bit more information involved. In that, so I definitely recommend playing tutorial if you're new, because it helps you out a lot when playing the game. I just jumped into the game and I didn't really know how to do anything because I skipped a tutorial. But the tutorial is very helpful, especially to anybody that's new to any game. They don't really put out tutorials much anymore for games. You just kind of learn as you go through the game. So having a tutorial for you actually get to play is actually something that is overlooked at times, but it's actually very helpful. Next I want to talk about are how I just mentioned Bloodhound and Pathfinder, who are two of the legends in the game that you can play as. There are currently, I believe, 9 legends that you could play and unlock and play with in your way through King's Canyon. And especially if you're jumping into games, it's important to know which legends you're going to use, as well as their tactical and ultimate abilities. And each legend has different tactical and different ultimate abilities than the other. Because all their tactical abilities, all their ultimate abilities, they do different things. So there's, I believe, 6 that are unlocked right away that you can use, and there's the other 3 you have to unlock through points or through coins, or with that. But the most important thing is you'll get to know your legend while you're playing, whether you're playing the game or you're just looking over what they can do, looking over the ability stuff. Get to know your legend, because the last thing you want to do is drop in and think you're using somebody, but you're not using them, and then you do something wrong, and the whole team's yelling at you about why you did this, why you did it. So always know who you're playing as, because when the selection screen comes up and somebody takes your main, and you don't pick nobody, it's going to give you a random legend. So know who you're playing as, so you don't assume like you're Bloodhound, you're trying to track somebody, and you're trying to scan the area, and you're not Bloodhound. Somebody took Bloodhound, so now you're playing as your both, and you throw down a shield, and now your whole shield comes up, and everybody knows your ass. Everybody's charging over and killing your whole squad, and all that, and everybody's yelling at you, why'd you do this, why'd you do that, why'd you do that, why'd you do that, and because you didn't know what legend you were, you thought you were somebody else. So it's important to know what legends and what their tactical, what their ultimate abilities are, because you might not always get to play as the same legend that you've been playing with since the game dropped. If you have a main, that's cool. Everybody has a main that they play with. My legends that I prefer to use are Mirage and Lifeline, and I know some people don't like Mirage, and they teach their own. But, it's important to know all the legends of what they can do, what their ultimate, what their tactical ability is, because in case you have that happen where someone takes your main, you don't know who to pick, so they give you a random legend, you got to work that legend. So it's very important to know what each legend is. Now, the tactical and the ultimate abilities, those are very situational abilities, because you can use them as a defensive thing, or just about all of them you can use for defensively and offensively. Even Lifeline's little Lifeline package that comes down, you could use that for offense instead of defense. Like you drop it down, there's a team around, they're going to run toward it, and that's where you just start open fire on them. Very situational. You can use all of them, defensively and offensively. It just depends on, the kind of player that you are and how you want to use them. Like I said, there's pros and cons with each legend, about what they're good at, what they're not good at. I'm going to say that for a different video. And, I'll run through all the legends, tell you, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, what I wish they would fix, how to make the most use out of them, and what you shouldn't do when you're using them. Oh, that'd be a different video. But one thing I can give you some advice on is don't be afraid to use your ultimate ability if you feel you need to use it. I know some people I played with some teammates that they've kept their ultimate ability because they want to save it for like the last fight. And there's sometimes they did that. We could have used it in a firefight and they didn't use it because they wanted to save it for that. And it really cost us a fight because they were scared to use it because they want to save it for, or they're scared to use it or because they wanted to save it for the last final fight. And if you feel like you need to use it, go ahead and use it. It recharges over time. It may take a little bit to charge, but you'll get another chance to use it if you're alive long enough for it to recharge, which usually you will if you get done with the fight. But that's that's about the only advice I give you. Just don't be afraid to use the ultimate ability if you think you need it. Now with any game, inventory is important. Next time we'll talk about is the inventory. The thing especially key with battle royale games is that the inventory is important. You want to always have enough space for ammo, health kits, any ammo, grenades, anything that can help you in a fight. You want in your inventory. You want to make sure that you have enough inventory for all your ammo. You don't want to run out of ammo in a firefight. Definitely don't want to do that. You don't want to run out of health. Anytime, whether it be during a firefight or after a firefight when you're healing up, because sometimes you may need to retreat and heal up and go back to the fight. Which that's normal in these kind of games. That's something that I see a lot of people do. I do it in firefights. If I'm getting low, that's what your teammates are for. They're there to help. To put down suppressing fire. Long enough for you to heal up so you can get back up there and do the same for them. And that's good teamwork, and that's how you win games like this. You definitely don't want to, another thing is you talk about inventories, you don't want to think you have more space than you have. You don't want to think you have like 6 grenades and only have like 3, and you be chucking grenades trying to keep them back, and they'd be shooting at you from a distance and knock down all your shield, and then you run out of grenades, and so now they're rushing you, and you don't have any health, so you can't just sit there and fight because you got no health because they're going to kill you because they have more health than you. But then you don't have any health kits, so you can't heal yourself. You can't recharge your shield. You can't heal yourself, and then so you're dead. And then you're pretty much leaving your teammates hanging because you can't go over to help them, or you can't help them take out the whole squad because you're already down because you didn't have enough inventory for your health and your grenades and all this other stuff. So that's why you got knocked down. So you start off with a certain amount of inventory space. Like every battle royale game, start with a certain amount unless you get a backpack. And now there's 4 tiers of backpacks. You got the common, which is the white or the gray. That's for everything. Your helmets, your body shield, your backpack, your knockdown shields, your attachments all go for the 4 tiers. They are the common tier, which is the white or the gray. The rare tier, which is the blue, the epic, which is the purple, and the legendary, which is the gold. Now, so you got all 4 of these you have for shield, helmet, resurrect, or body, or knockdown shield, and the backpack. Now, I mean, the gold stuff is not much better than level 3 stuff, except it usually just comes with perks. I think the only difference is the gold body shield takes like 50% more damage. It takes like 50 more damage to take off than the level 4, and it comes with a perk. Like the helmet, I believe, has fast charge. Like it'll recharge your ultimate and your tactical ability faster over time. The body shield, I think, execution fully recharges all that. The knockdown shield gold gives you resurrection. You can revive yourself if you get knocked down, so you don't have to have a teammate to revive you. And the backpack allows you to heal faster. And let me tell you how much that helps. So Lifeline already heals faster. So you put a backpack on somebody like Gibraltar or Caustic or Mirage, and you heal as fast as a Lifeline does. And so it's very helpful in a firefight. You know, you go to heal, and you're like, a Lifeline on the team. Well, if I can do this, I can get this heal off as quick as the Lifeline can, so I go back into battle. But I mean, you know, some of these things, you know, there's 2 guns that are legendary guns that you can only find off supply drops, off of the care packages, which is what the majority of the legendary stuff is. Legendary stuff is rare. It's hard to find, but you can find some of them that's, you know, just lying around. You'll find them in a crate, you'll find them in a house or something. If you drop a hot zone, you can find a gold gun, which is not like the Kraber or the Massive. That's legendary guns that you can only find on the care package. You know, it'll come with all the attachments. You know, it pretty much just comes with all the attachments and stuff for it. You still have to find the ammo, and like that's pretty much all I find is ammo, because it comes with all the attachments, like a level 3 magazine, a level 3 scope, or level 4 scope, depending on what kind of gun you get. A level 3 stock, and depending on what kind of gun you get, if it has a hop up, it'll come with that hop up. I'm getting the hop-ups in a minute and explain what those are. But I think I've covered everything that has to do with inventory and different tiers of stuff. You know, just the different tiers of stuff with that is, you know, just it has better perks. Like you find like a level 1 extended mag, it'll hold a little bit more bullets. For example, with the extended mags, you find a level 1 extended mag for a Prowler, and it ups it from 20 to 25. Well, the level 3 extended mag ups it from 25 to 35 bullets, and that just shows you what kind of different tiers of the stuff is, and how it actually helps you out a lot. 'Cause 35 rounds compared to 20 is a lot. It completely changes stuff. So the next thing is I want to take a look at is Apex Legends and their guns and the weapons that they have in the game. Now, it's unique because they have different kinds of weapon types. They have different ammo types, different attachments, hop-ups, you know, all that. You know, there's 4 different types of ammo types. It's light ammo, heavy ammo, energy ammo, and shotgun ammo. And with these different types of ammo come, you know, different types of guns used within those ammo types. You know, and there's a very good selection. I think there's like 3 energy ammo guns, like 5 or 6 light ammo guns, like 4 or 5 heavy ammo guns, and like 4 different shotguns. So I mean, you have a very vast selection of guns that you can use, you know, depending on what you like, what you prefer. So I mean, you know, definitely experiment with all of them, and you'll figure out what you like the best, so you know what to use. I know hop-ups. Hop-ups is something that Respawn put in the game, you know, to make it unique. To my knowledge, I don't think any other battle royale game has any hop-ups that, you know, power up their guns. I could be wrong on this. And if I am, you know, let me know. But you know, you put the hop-ups on, and they are game changers for a battle royale game like this. That they could turn a whole game around just based on one hop-up. You know, currently as this video is going up, there's currently only 4 hop-ups. 3 of them are epic, you know, so they're the purple, and 1 of them is a legendary hop-up, which is a gold. But these hop-ups you'll usually find pretty commonly. So the 4 of them, the first 3 are the epic ones, and they are the precision choke, the skull piercer, the select fire, and the last one being the turbocharger. to turbocharger being the legendary one, and I'm gonna start with the 3 epic ones and tell you what they do, what guns they go on, and like how they affect the different guns. So the first one I'm talking about is the Skull Piercer. And now that is it increases headshot damage to the 2 heavy ammo weapon guns of the Wingman and Longbow. Now those 2 guns already do significant damage, especially when you shoot them in the head. Then you add like the Skull Piercer, and just like it multiplies that damage by, I think it's 1.5. I could be wrong on that. I'm not particularly sure. I think as last thing I read it was 1.5. But I think the Longbow, and this is how much damage it does. So Longbow originally does 100. I think it's 100 damage to the head for a headshot, and then you just multiply that by 1.5, and that's how much more damage it is. So pretty much, essentially, you're just going to drop somebody like instantly with a, headshot from the Longbow if you have that hop up. The Wingman, I think it does like 45 damage to the head, and you add that to it, and it does significantly more damage. So it's going to do a lot of damage to somebody. You can fire quicker with the Wingman than the Longbow anyway. So I mean, it's good if you're a sniper or you're just really good with trying to get headshots. These are the 2 guns you want to go with that hop up that'll really make a difference in your game. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Select Fire. The Select Fire changes the rate of fire on 2 guns, the first being the Havoc, and it turns it from a full auto assault rifle with a delay to a single fire assault rifle with a delay. Now the delay is not as bad in the single fire as it is the full auto, but I find it personally to be a lot better. Just your personal selection. I don't really run the Select Fire on the Havoc very often, as I do prefer it with a turbocharger with it. But I mean, to each their own. If you prefer it, then go ahead and use it. The one it really makes a difference on is the Prowler. Now, Select Fire changes the Prowler from a 5-round burst to a fully automatic SMG, and I'm telling you, it really makes a difference in a firefight. You change that thing from a 5-round burst, and people are trying to come at you because they see you have a Prowler and they think you're firing a 5-round burst, and they start charging at you, and you just unload like a whole 35 clip magazine. You drop them instantly. That thing changes a fight completely. Completely just changes it, and I'm going to tell you that it really does. The third and last epic one is the Precision Choke, and it's used both the Peacekeeper and the Triple Take. It does pretty much the same thing for both. It reduces the spread of the rounds after they're fired. It's like you have that spread from a shotgun. When you fire a shotgun, have that spread of the shot. Well, you put that Precision Choke on, and it just cuts that down. It like clusters it together, so it's all firing at one spot, at one person, and does it with Triple Take. Triple Take fires 1, 2, 3, up and down horizontal. And so you want to make it, you cluster it together so it all just fires at one spot. And so it really that'll really change a game too, because it does more. It ends up doing more damage, and it's really a game changer for you Peacekeeper and you Triple Take fans. Let me tell you. Alright, so last one is the legendary one is the Turbocharger, and this thing really makes a difference in the game. And it reduces the time that it takes for a gun to reach full amount of time to reach its full fire rate. So like the Havoc, it has that delay. You put the turbocharger, no delay anymore, just fires immediately right away. Boom, 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 boom. Where originally it'd be boom, 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 boom. And the same thing for Devotion. Devotion will fire right away, and it's not like the Havoc, it doesn't have a delay. But it does, however, it takes a little bit to get going. So it's like if the Devotion, it's like boom, 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 So it takes a little bit to get going, but once it gets going, man, that thing is deadly. But you put turbocharge on it, does take time to warm up. It just boom, 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 boom. This turbocharger definitely is a game changer for any firefight, like anything. Next thing we'll talk about is your loadouts. And for loadouts, it's just all personal preference. What do you prefer? What are you comfortable with? Do you like this gun or do you like this gun? How do you like to do it? Me personally, my favorite loadouts are I usually try and go with a Select Fire Prowler and like an R99 and R301 carbine. That's just my personal opinion. I know some people like the Spitfire, other people like the Peacekeeper or the Wingman, or just whatever. It's all about just what you're comfortable with. Definitely go out there and try and explore. See what different guns you find and try them all. See which ones you like best. It's because You know, to each their own. You know, not everybody has the same taste in guns that they want to use. Not everybody wants to use the same guns. Not everybody's going to use a Peacekeeper. Not everybody's going to use a Wingman. As good as those guns are, you know, and a bunch of streamers use them, but you know that doesn't mean you necessarily have to use them, especially if you're not good with them. Me personally, it's game to game for me with the Peacekeeper and the Wingman. You know, some games I'll, you know, shoot, you know, a whole magazine at somebody and I'll miss every single shot. Other games, you know, I can fire off like 2-3 rounds with one of them and drop a person, and reload, go around a corner, hit 2 or 3 more shots on, drop another person, you know, kill them, and you know, do a lot of damage with them. So I mean, you know, but it's always game to game. So I gotta figure out, you know, which is this the game I'm hitting my shots with? This game I'm missing, you know. So I mean, it's been like that since that nerf, you know. I mean, I don't know if that anybody else is like that, but that's how it is for me, and it definitely makes a big difference, you know, when if you're comfortable, when you have a gun that you're comfortable with versus a gun that you're not particularly too confident with, you know, it really makes a difference. You know, for me, like I said, the guns for me are the R99, the R301, or the Prowler. You know, those are the main 3 I try and get and I try and use. But you know, definitely want to use guns. You know, try and experiment with guns that you're not particularly familiar with. See, you know, how you like them after, you know, you're using them. But you definitely don't want to use any guns that you're not comfortable with going into the last fight, because it handicaps you because you don't know how to use it, or you're not comfortable with it, you're not particularly too confident you're going to be able to get kills with it, and that's what really messes you up mentally and you know, during your gameplays. You know, I want, you know, we're about to have this team, and you know, I don't know if I like this gun. You know, I mean, I want to drop, I want to pick something else up. You know, but there's nothing around. So you definitely want to make sure you always, you know, have the guns that you prefer and that you prioritize. You know, but don't be afraid to experiment a little bit. You know, you always find a new gun that you like. And you know, the final thing I want to talk about before I get off here is you know, the teamwork. And this is a very big battle royale games. This Apex Legends, that is you know, it's a battle royale game. It's different though. It's very big emphasis on teamwork. And you know, that's, you know, you see in Fortnite and PUBG, you know, they have, you know, squads and duos and stuff. You know, it's not really, you know, a big emphasis on, you know, it's like it's there if you want to play it, you know, but if not, you know, it don't matter. But this one, you know, it's very big on squad play. You know, you have 3-person squads. You know, Jumpmaster picks where you land, and you all follow him down by default. I mean, you could break away, or you know, you can choose to stay with. You know, that's your decision. You know, but by default, you're always going down with the Jumpmaster. And so, you know, Respawn made this game so it is based around team success and not just about one person. Which, you know, I've never seen nobody. Me personally, I've never seen anybody win a game by themselves as one person. I'm sure somebody out there has done it. But I've never seen it happen. Personally, in my gameplay, in my 270 hours playing, I've never seen it happen. You know, they made it really based around team success and not just by one person. You know, which is important. And you know, you're always contributing in some way, whether you're playing as Lifeline, you're not doing any damage, you're not getting any kills, but you're dropping your supply drops in so you can help your teammates get better armor, better attachments for the guns. You know, just anything that can help you and help them out tremendously is great. Or, you know, if you're not doing any damage, or you're not, you know, your shots aren't hitting, you know, you're having an off game, you know, or your teammate goes down, you revive them, or, you know, he gets eliminated, you go grab his banner and you take him and you respawn him. And, you know, you're contributing in some way to the win at the end of the game if you win. And, you know, that's important. You know, it doesn't matter if you're good at the game or not. If you're contributing in some way, then you're very useful in the game. And you know, that's how that is. And trust me, I say no one will win in the Apex Legends without teamwork. It just doesn't work. I've never won a game without a full squad. I've never won a game by myself. I've never won a game with like one partner, like one teammate. I've never won a game with just 2. You know, it doesn't matter how good your teamwork is with 2 people. 3 is better than 2. And if you run in the game and you got a full squad versus 2, most likely you're not gonna make it out of there with you know, just 2 people. It just doesn't happen. At least I haven't seen it happen. I'm not saying it hasn't, but I haven't seen it happen. You know, teamwork is very much the key to success in Apex Legends, and you know, these have been my tips, and you know, my tips and tricks to help you, you know, get better. I'm gonna post more videos later about, you know, what loadouts, what guns I use, what guns are, in my opinion, the best guns to use. What the Legends pros and cons are, you know, all that stuff, what I like, what I don't like. Those are gonna be coming later. Hopefully I get them out at least one of them out by the middle of next week. Um, you know, if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you staying all the way and for the support you give me with this. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. I want to thank you for all the support you give me and you'll give me in the future. But with that being said, all I can say is really thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Nubs26, and I'll see you next time.